Today, I'm going to show you guys how I turn a rock and turn it into a ring. So I start by going to a remote location that I've researched that I know has a material that I want to use. In this case, it's a jasper agate mix. And so I start just by finding the clues because it's never easy to find these. So I start by following up the little clues and finding different things and making my way up to the mountain until I can find the source material. The source material is just going to have the best quality product that I can use in my future projects. So you can see here, I found a really nice brocaded jasper full of blue agate that's going to look really nice in my final product. So once I take that home, I'm going to sort those rocks and I'm just going to cut like 2 or 3 of the best pieces from that day. And I want to take a look and see what's inside of them because you got to make sure they look cool inside too, right? There we go. And so as I start cutting them, then I can start whittling them down to get to the final piece that will actually be my ring. And so in this case, I ended up with this rectangular shape that I'll go ahead and polish. So to do that, I dop it with wax and I put it on the stick. This makes it a lot easier for me to polish it when I get to my wheel. Now, my polishing process consists of 6 different wheels starting at 180 grit, but I do have a 60 grit wheel if I need to take a little bit more material off. This process can definitely take some time, but you want to make sure to be patient because you want to get all of the scratches out there so you can get a nice polish on the end result. Just like this. And then the very next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start and sizing your client. You want to make sure this ring is going to be super comfortable for them. So then I'll go ahead and I'll find a nice sheet of metal that I'm going to use for this and start sizing it out. I'll cut it off. For this piece, I actually ended up making it flatter again because I was going to fork off each side to make it flush with the rock. I really don't like a big overhang on my pieces. I think it looks a little tacky. And so then I'll go ahead and size that back. You want to make it nice and flat so it can joint properly. And then you're going to work on your bezel. In my opinion, the bezel is maybe the most important part of this whole process. It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the piece. So you want to make sure to be patient and take your time on this, making sure that everything's super even and sand it down. I don't want to see any nicks or any scratches on this part because it really shows up in the final piece and it's hard to fix it after that. So then once you get it all cut, you can go ahead and joint everything, polish it up, and then you're ready to set your stone. This is where I put my stone in, and you want to make sure to be super careful here. You don't want to scratch the rock, you don't want to ruin the polish that you've been working on, and you just want to rock that up and down so that metal folds over, and so you don't have to use any glue or anything. It should just sit in there perfectly just like this. And then once you have all that done, you can add any final touches like any engravings, extra polishings. I sometimes will throw this in ultrasonic cleaner or the tumbler, and then you're done. Here's the final product. Let me know if you guys want to make this. If not, no big deal. You can always buy one from me.